Hey everybody, well, I may be a little bit late on this, but all these calls for defunding the police, I'm not the biggest fan of police. But anyway, if we defund them, crime will go up. There will be nobody to catch anybody that robs banks or robs people or assaults them. It'll just be total chaos. And then it would be good for some, but bad for others, because you take, like in the big cities like New York and Chicago, the mob would probably come back in and start shaking down the business owners for protection. In LA and places where gangs are, they would be doing the same things as the mob. They'd be shaking people down. There'd be drugs being sold everywhere, and nobody could do anything about it. And then you take places like Dearborn, Michigan, where there's heavy Muslim population. The Muslims would take over patrolling those areas, and they would instigate or initiate Sharia law. And there'd be people getting stoned in the streets, cutting their hands off for stealing. And granted, I don't think people should get away with any of that. But instead of defunding the police, why don't we defund some of these things like social welfare? Quit giving money to these people that don't do anything, don't contribute anything to society. The people that just receive checks, that are perfectly capable of doing a job, but like these baby factories, these mamas, there's a lot of them around where I live. They just spit kid after kid out and stay on government assistance. They get food stamps, WIC, Medicaid for them and their children. They get rent assistance. They get heat assistance in the winter. They get cooling assistance in the summer. And they never strike a lick at anything. But yet they have the newest cell phones. They're smoking cigarettes, getting their nails done, having the newest cell phones. And that's just crazy. Put in something like, if you get social welfare, any of it. Make them take drug tests. Make them put in for 2 jobs a week, or volunteer for 20 hours a week. Do a food pantry or community center, washing the police station, cleaning the post office, things like that. But defunding the police is not going to cause anything except chaos. And the only people that really want that are the criminals, who want to be able to get by with everything. There's a lot of meth heads where I live, and they would be running rampant. I mean, it already is, but they wouldn't even have any fear at all of getting caught. They would just be, like it is in San Francisco, they'd be shooting up and everything and then disposing their needles, exposing everybody's kids and pets and everything to stepping on a needle and getting infected with some kind of disease and all that. So, this left that keep pushing all this social agenda, like socialism, defunding the police, basic guaranteed income, all this stuff. Quit pandering to the lazy and the sorry, and start giving to the people that actually contribute to the society and make a difference and want a better world, and not a world where everybody's dependent on the government and just receives handouts. Get back and instill work ethic and all that, because it would start with the police. Once we don't have police, it's going to be like the Wild Wild West. We could have an annual purge and go out and kill people and wouldn't be nobody to prosecute. It'll be horrible. But anyway, that's my take on that. And if you don't like that, well, swallow a satchel of scrotums.